Hola Dodos, distinguished professor and expert, it's my great honor to participate in 7th Interdisciplinary and Virtual Conference on Arts in Education. My name is Zhao Jue, I come from China. Now I'm a PhD candidate in UITM and major in Artistic and Creative Technology. And I'm also associate professor in Tianjin Academy of Fine Arts, China. So I major in Interactive Animation and Communication Studies. The title of my research is Interdisciplinary Ontology and Aesthetics Characteristic via Interactive Animation. So the first part is literature research. So from the communication study, you can see the media spectacle from Lee Debord to Douglas Kenyon, and media ecology from Michael Ham, the Postman and Sweet, and media interference, and by the Kerman is said communication no form without interference. And another part is art study, and by the methodology, namely research and creation by influence and interference aesthetics, complex system interference by Le Crotrips. So the research and from the interference language from quantum art, like the superposition, resonance, interference, entanglement, and emergency. So first part is about ontology. What is interactive animation art? So from my bachelor degree, nearly 2006, I used Adobe Flash and to design the interactive still, namely Dream of Life. And 2016, and I used the Unity 3D and designed the online interactive animation Journey to the Modern. This vision based on the Chinese ancient story Journey to the West. So, what is interactive animation art? And we can see the animation is not only the abstract or concrete, it's also a dynamic image created from virtual colorists, from interactive participants in experience. That's not recording. So we can see interactive animation crossover interdisciplinary, and is a personalized, and participant can control. Also the artist more platform to control. So the artistic exploration, much of them gain competitiveness. So another is we can see interactive animation from three parts. First part is instrument, from the motion capture like the Kinect and AIGC recent use like Midjourney, Sora, OpenAI like that. And you can see from the text to picture, text to video, and video to animation, and text to the game. In the recent years, AI gave a lot of platform to know what is interactive animation. So the third part is verbal coding, like the VBB, and the Blue Paint in Unreal. You can see there's a note coding. Okay, and another part is the display. First is directly real time, just like AI game movie. You can see last year the Black Myth Wukong and the famous Detroit become human. And beside the basic one is Journey to the Modern. I designed from the Journey to the West. And this is Unity, and this is Unreal. So we can see next is interactive feedback, just like interactive questionnaire. So we can see in my research this time, I designed an interactive questionnaire, and we will talk about it later. So the third is mixed reality, just like AR glass, VR glass like that. And we see just like Microsoft HoloLens and Meta Quest, or like an Apple Vision Pro, we can see the reality and virtual world mixed together. Okay, and another part is for socializing. So first is the metaverse. For example, the macro sensor, and this part is designed by my interview, Debbie, and he designed a CG character like Red Cow in his Samsung World. So I also designed a 3D character Chinese panda and visiting his Samsung space. Okay, and another is virtual museum or theater, just like the soul painting. So this is famous CG artist Nicky, and his VR artwork, XR artwork is soul paint, and people can paint their virtual world and to mix the art show by painting. So next is online education or training stimulator. For example, the Prodigy learning and Minecraft education. Also the Quantum Game Gym. There is a lot of platform not only for the gaming or the education. Okay, next part is about my methodology. Methodology is research and creation, and basing on my interactive animation, art and design, and I write a monograph, namely interactive animation design in 2016, and also from the crossover design, I write a monograph, namely new media crossover integration design in 2017. And we can see in the interactive animation is crossover hardware and software. Arduino can mix Unity 3D. So let's dip in to talk about the methodology, creation and research. And for the artist creation, we have two parts. First part in my research, PhD research, is case study based on the media ecology via interview. Another part is research and creation with interactive questionnaire. About the research and based on the lead and the theory research and mainly on the qualitative induction. Okay, first is from the literature review by grounded theory, and another is also based on the case study and on the media ecology via interview. So we can see not only the qualitative, also complemented quantitative analysis. This time I use A/B testing. That's a mixed method. Okay, and interview in my research is a very important method, and by the grounded theory, I visited 15 art and scholar in interactive fields, just like the research fields, including quantum art, film, CGI, AR education, and also the 3D animation, mathematics, generative art, AI-driven, and interactive music, or XR art, and acoustic art. That's a quantum open source platform. Also the game art and HCI and artificial intelligence. So all of these, and including we can see from Africa, Europe, Australia, and China, and Africa, August, right, and USA. So we can see on the right the case heat map from the 15 interviewees, and we can see from human art, human, and media, and technology from three perspectives. Okay, and this part is qualitative, and this part is quantitative. And quantitative, I use the interactive questionnaire. There's a neutral framework, a neutral method mixed in the interactive animation and questionnaire. So we can see there are three game-like level, and we can see there are randomness. And in level 1, the thinker, his head, can change uncertainty. And level 2, a ring of flip panels that switch unpredictable. And in level 3, a series of entangled digital structure respond by our clicking. So all the design inspiration from the science ethics, and in this time I usually use the quantum ethics and some like the uncertainty, engagement and interference, and emergency like that. So we can see this is the early step, data analyze. So this is final, and we can see the conclusion is no interactions without interference. So based on the A/B testing, we can see A is the orange one, B is negative, is the blue area. So more people will waste their time on A area, which is full of uncertainty, unpredictable, like that. And we can see an interactive questionnaire use MySQL for pyramid data selecting from custom events like A/B testing to gather variable behavior data shown in the page, and a testing involving over 600 participants across more than 300 testers within 1 minute, 6 seconds. And in education A, we can see in the green orange one, and the quantum ethics characteristics like uncertainty, randomness, superposition, entanglement, and immersion like that. And in situation B is the blue areas, and there's still and static elements without any interactives or dynamic changes. So we can see people will more choices A area. So the research of the paper, the conclusion is no interactions without interference. So, okay, and the last part is acknowledgement. So thanks for my supervisor, Dr. Mitra, Dr. Suhaidi, and Dr. Waida, and grateful to expert Dr. Roman and Dr. Evan. So appreciate to Theven's interdisciplinary and virtual conference on arts in education, CIVAD 2025. So gratitude to my interviewees. Thank you, Professor Dr. Peter, Professor Mark, Nikki, Debbie, and yes, Dr. Raziv. Thank you, Cai Chongyan, Yash, Gora, Ivalua Oshinkoya, Tian Miao Cai, and my colleague Dr. Yang Ma Sun. Gracias. Muchas gracias. Thank you.